welcome to fmtraining.tv. My name is Margaret. Welcome to fmtraining.tv. I'm here with the wonderful and fantastic Nick Hunter, who is the premier UI UX design. He does all sorts of really cool, amazing tricks. We're very lucky to have him, and he's here to finish up his advanced UI UX design series. With that being said, let's look at our schedule. So we have UI UX for advanced developers day 15 today. Nick is finishing out his discussion on the sort feature. Tomorrow is going to be an open Claris platform FileMaker Q&A with Richard and no Jacob, just Richard. Monday will be a not FileMaker related topic. It'll be SEO, so search engine optimization, which is always important for finding more customers. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday will be Nick's series on FileMaker calendars.sql relationships, which should be really quite interesting. A lot of people ask about calendars on a fairly consistent basis, so it'll be cool to see what he does with that. With that being said, if you'd like to support the channel, we would greatly appreciate it. Our FM Training annual subscription bundle, 100 plus hours of really high energy video content. It's also a cheap way to get FileMaker Pro if you don't have it already. We pretty much cover everything under the sun, or at least most of what you need to know to go from being a developer who knows nothing to a developer who can reasonably execute their own projects and has a good understanding of the platform. Nick is presenter in this, Richard's presenter in this. If you've already bought it, thank you very much. We greatly appreciate it. Nick, what are we doing today?
Hello, Marginal. So today, it's the last day of the sorting thinking, right here. So you understand the goal here. The goal here wasn't to, to replace what FileMaker has by default, right out of the box. It was to use it in a way that help the reusability, right? So you saw the buttons that you can reuse easily, copy paste, boom, copy paste one script, copy paste the block of buttons like that, change the name, change the title of the button, and bam, it's working. Copying, like you copy fields, copy scripts, copy buttons, boom, it works. No thing to redo. And then we saw that you can use the same technique for records and portals, right? And you have this fantastic system that the first button you click, the first serve, right? So you said name and then status, it will be sorted by name and then status. If you click first status and name, it will serve by status and then name. We have a downside here. It's a little bit sluggish when you have a lot of records, right? Because unfortunately, we use the support we use is an unstock calculation. When you sort an unstock calculation, it starts to be slow. But as I said, we cannot use all the techniques all the time. We cannot use everything we want all the time. I will show you that in another webinar, a super advanced sort technique that you can do on server. But it's not complicated to implement. It's just that you need to get more knowledge about server, about records, about IDs, about all the transfer, all the perform script on server. So you need to have more knowledge, but when you have the knowledge, the technique itself is simple, but you need the knowledge, right? So today we are going to finish this, and I'm going to show you something that we all struggle with. We all struggled, and that's recent. That's something a client asked me to do, right? So I love when clients ask me to do something and to challenge, right? Say, okay, hey, let me think about, and I will come with something, right? And so I spend weekends and I spend free times and I spend, to figure out how to do that, right? So it's about the sub-summary. So let me share my screen right quick. Here, what we talk about. We talk about this. So we all have this. So let me show you their invoice layouts. We know about this. So this is the pain in where you to build. We're talking about the sub-summaries, right? Because here we need to create sub-summaries for each type of sorting we want, right? So here we have like 1, 2, 3, 6 possibilities. And each sub-summary needs to be need to point to a specific field, like project name, month invoice, month paid, name for bill to company, and status. So that means if I copy this layout and I paste somewhere else, everything broken. Everything broken, and I need to go there and do it again. You know, but okay, so it's very complicated. It's not as complicated. It's difficult. It's painful, right? To build something like that. So the idea is to get something, like I said, like I call universal. That means something that works. Copy paste and boom, it works. You know, I don't need to think about it, right? Copy paste and boom, right? So the idea was to refer to a field, right, that I can change on the fly. So the idea is to get something like this. So let me go to accounts, list view. So the idea is to get something like this. So I have a list, and if I sort by status, I have this. So I have a this and this and this. See? Okay, so is that the subsummary? That's what the subsummary do. If I change by type, I have type, right? Agency, firm, household. And the same with billing city, right? So Fairfield, Santa Clara. But the idea also, right, is to get two fields, right? So Fairfield, active, disregard, inactive. Santa Clara, active, disregard, inactive, right? So this is the idea is this, okay? And if I want a third one, so I have Fairfield, active, agency, disregard, organization, inactive. So here I don't have enough sample to make, but you understand, and I can continue, right? Right. And if you clear, the idea is to get that to disappear, right? So that was the challenge, to make this happening, but also disappearing when it's not necessary. Right? So now we are going to learn how to do that, right? So you saw me many times using that technique about using the name, right? Using the name of the field itself to give me indication. Okay, so if I take this out, right? Okay, so what this do? Okay, first of all, I have a list. I have a field. So let's go back there. Let's go back to. So I have a field. The first field I need to use is this, the key list, right? And something I want to show you, maybe some of you know that, but you can go to show and show sample data. Here is going to use the, whatever you have in the field, right? But here you have nothing. But if I put something in the field, right? Let's go to accounts, data entry. So if I put something in the field here, status, type, this is coming. I'm in layout mode, but I see what the content of the field. So when it's empty, you put something like coming from the ipsum, lorem ipsum, kind of a text from the Latin, right? But if you have something, it will show what you currently have in the field. So you show sample data. Very cool. So I need this, right? And then, right, So based on this, I have three values here. Right? So here, what I want to accomplish here, I want to accomplish that I duplicate this. I say 6, boom, done. I have a 6 value. Duplicate this. I put 7, done. I have a 7th value automatically. So what this do? Okay. So let's display them, right? Summary, and I want this like this. So what this do? Right. So let's say I have status, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, this. I have status, type, and don't remember what the other one. Status, type, and no, this one. Status, type, and billing city. Oh. So you see what happened here. The auto entry calculation says this. The calculation said this. Put here the value for that record of the first field here. So the status, put the value here in that field. Here we have the type in the 2. Here we have Santa Clara. So if I do, for example, if I put like I don't know, if I put like type, accounts, billing city. So C is going to boom, 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 boom. This is the 4th. This is the 3rd. This is the 2nd. This is the 1st. Of course, if I change this and I put that here, boom, change clock, right? Everything changed, right? So if I put this here, boom, it changed also, okay? So how we do this? So we have this field here, the summary multiple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but I want something very cool. If you know, yeah, I want to do that. If I duplicate this, I put 8, I have an 8th possibility, right? So how we do that? So I already show you, but I'm going to explain. First, I need to get, if I get the field name here, so let's do this. Let's do another thing. I want the field name of the billing city, right? Right. But I want the field name of not the billing, the summary. Sorry. The summary multiple 1. Okay. So this is the field name. I get the name, and then I want the right words of that field, right? I want the right words of that field is 1. I want the right words. So if I said I want the subsummary key multiple 2, it would return 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Okay. So let's say I want the right word of the, so pretty much I want to extract this word, because that a word, right? If I count, you know, how many words I have here, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I want the right word. I want 1. If I say 2, it gets this. If I say 3, it does this. If I have 4, it does this. So I want the first word on the right, which is 1. thanks to this, I'm saying get the value, right, of this. So that's a number that is giving me 1. And I want the G sort list key, right? So it's telling me it's billing city. If I change the name of the field and I say I want the field number 2, it will say account 3, 4, right? You understand? So now I get the get field of this now is getting me the content of the field name number 1 of that list. And this calc, right? It's based on the field name itself. That's why I'm using the name of the fields to help me, right? Because I put which one I need here, you know. And here I don't need to put the name. I don't need to put the name of the field here. I just said self, because self will refer to itself. So it will understand I want the field name of self, right? So this field name of self, right? So it will refer to this to itself, to here. And this one to self, so here, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I extract the data I want. Right? So I'm using that, you know, I demonstrate that many times, how to use the name of the field itself to get information. For example, let's say you have a week, right? You have a week. You have a field for Monday, Tuesday, and you want the date, for example. So you use the same technique here, right? But you understand that this technique works when you get to the point of getting a list of values. Because, and that I explained to you many times, that FileMaker loves the list of values. It's the last, is the most, in the food chain, it's the last, the list of value. You know, you are in the, I told you, you have the file, table, fields, record, value, right? So when you can have, and you can have multiple value in the same field, right? So that's how it works. So that being said here, when you have this doing, so first of all, do we have any question?
Not on YouTube or Twitch. Discord, Dimok was typing, but I don't think he's finished yet. So otherwise, I think you're good to go.
Okay. If you guys have a question, because this will be quick to explain. So, you know, if you have question, you can. We have some time left at the end. So you understand how it works now, right? So the get value on the right word of the cell. So, and you understand why those are always fast, because I don't refer to anything. I'm using a bunch of I'm using a bunch of what's the name, a function. So it will is self a function, get field name a function, right words a function, get value a function, and this it's it's a list of 5 values. That's it, you know. So when you have this, okay, you understand. I'm pointing here. So let's go back to my layout. Right? I'm creating. So you see the advantage of getting this show sample. See, boom. Show sample, boom. But if you double click, boom, you have the name of the 15. That's cool. I love the sample. It's very useful because you see pretty much what you have, right? You see the results. For the debugging is very cool. So here I'm building sub-summaries pointing to each of those fields. The first pointing to the multiple one, to the sub-summary 1, sub-summary 2, subsummary 3, subsummary 4, subsummary 5. And if you say, oh, yeah, I need a new one, okay, no problem, So you create a new one, you go there, you say summary, and you want the 6. And you put above, and you put the size, which is 61. You duplicate this, you put that here, and you change the name to 6. Wow, that's super complicated, right? So it's not, right? It's super simple. So now I have 6 value possible. Okay. So I don't have 6 keys here, but it's okay. You understand? So I'm clearing this, and so let's see how it works. So you say, okay, status, and you apply. So what the apply do? Right. So now we understand. So pretty much I have something like this. I'm sorting by the subsummary I need, and then I'm sorting the data accordingly to the key, right? So this is a goal. So the script here, you need to sort by the multiple one and then sort by the data. Okay. Sort the data you want. So that's how the subsummary field works. You need to have in the key of the, on the order keys, you need to have the subsummary key first, and then whatever you want to sort the record, right? If you clear this and you sort, you have nothing here. You need to add the key and first to get that sort, boom, okay? But what happens when you have 2? Right? I have 2 keys. Oh, okay, now I have 2 keys. So that's how that happened, right? I have 2 keys right now, right? I have 1 and 2. And what happens if I have 3 keys, right? Oh, 1, 2, and 3. And what happens if I have 4? 1, 2, 3, and 4, etc. So you understand what's going on. So what's going on here? So first of all, I can reorder this the way I want. Type first status account billing and sort. Or I can say billing account type status, right? Because I'm not trying to reorganize this. I'm not trying this. I'm not trying to reorganize those keys. No. I'm reorganizing the content of the key based on the calculation with this. Because this field returns something here. So this field tells me which field I need to use. Billing city, account type, status. This field returns the contents of the according fields. Santa Clara billing city, Richard Carlton crossing account, household is type, and active is status. Then the calc here is going to take, okay, here I want the first value of this, Santa Clara. The second value of this, Richard Carlton. The third value of this, household. The fourth value of this, active. And then I'm still sorting this one, then this one, then this one, then this one, then this one. I'm sorting like this, right? But I'm changing, like if I say, oh, I want the status first. Okay, you have the status first. First is status. But you didn't reorganize the sort key. You reorganize the contents of the field that you use to sort the key, right? To the field you use as a key, right? To sort the record. So this is how it works, but it's not done. So now we have, you remember I told you always go back to the list of values because FileMaker love it. And I'm going to demonstrate that to you. That FileMaker loves it. So I can just, display this script here. So how this works. So let's remove it. Here we have a script which is universal script. Here. And then you say, you use the list of value of that field. If this field is empty, that means you don't want to sort it. You want to unsort, right? So if it's empty, the script will do unsort. Unsort record. That is empty. If it's empty, if you have no keys for sorting, okay, you want to unsort it. That's what you wanted. Then you say if there's one value, right? If there's one value here, one value, what you want to do, one value, you sort with this. Ding, 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 ding. If there's two values, you want to sort with this, 1, 2. So you count the values of this list, and then you know how many values you have and how many keys you want. For example, I added 7. So you duplicate, you set 6, you go there, and you add 1. You duplicate, you add 7, and you add 1. So you see, it's not difficult to add a key. You don't need to modify much, right? You don't need to, just go, okay, I'm following the order. So now here I have 7, here I have 6, here I have 5, here I have 4, etc. Right? So you get this thanks to their what's the name? To the value counts. So everything now makes sense, right? Everything now makes sense. I can get all of this because I use, since the beginning, a list of values as a key. First, I'm using a global with a list of value of field names that returns. So I have a while, my while function that says, yes, that's cool. So you want first the content of the account field, then you want second the content of the status field, and then you want third the content of the type field. But I'm using that field to sort. I'm sorting on this. At the same time, I have another calculation that says, okay, now that you extracted the content of the account field, that is Richard Carlton Consulting, put this here in my subsummary key multiple 1. And then you put this in the subsummary key number 2. And then you put this in the subsummary key number 3, right? So, and then you have the sort order, right? And you have the subsummary that works, right? So, do we have any questions so far? We have at the half.
We do. We've got quite a few, actually.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. One of them got deleted. Question for the. Oh, it's kind of like not related. It's kind of, he says it's
For the end, okay, yeah, okay. Let's if it's not related, let's keep to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that case, I think you are good because the other one question disappeared. So I assume you answered it at some point while talking. So
okay.
Free to continue.
Okay, so if you have questions, so now you want, so because the layout here, where's my layout? Yeah, the layout here. The layout here will sort only on the sub-summary. For example, here, if I sort on this, and I sort on this, and I sort on this, it will show this one, but ignore this one, this one, this one. Okay. Of course, you can enhance this because sometimes you want sub-summaries on a button. So let's say you want a summary, or you could have a summary on the button here, right? So below, not above. You can have sub-summary below, right? So like we have, I think, in the estimate or whatever. So we have below and above sub-summary. So you can expand this technique and say, okay, this is a sub-summary key above, right? And you can have the sub-summary key below, okay? And then play with it, right? So this is up to you. It's, you can enhance this. And then you can even, you can ignore one, right? So you have different technique for that, but I'm going to show that another time because I don't want to start this because sometime in the script you might want to ignore or a field that you don't want to. Do I have my script? No, it's closed. So, but now I want to show you something. I want to show you this, how I replicated pretty much this, right? This here with the same features, right? With the same features. So I replicated this, and the unsorted, okay? So this is very simple because actually FileMaker is giving me everything. So let's take this. Let's take everything here. Let's take this and this. Let's go to that layout. And let's see how it works. So I'm going to remove the show sample data. So I'm using something cool here. I'm using insert, because I don't know if you know that, but you can insert, pretty much you can insert all the get function. You can insert in your layout all the get function, all of them. They are available here by insert or the symbol, and those are all the get function, okay? So here we have many things cool. Here FileMaker tells you the current record, right? The total record, right? So, okay, hold on. The current record, the total record, right? And if you do a found set, it tells you you have 6 records out of 8 found, sorted, or unsorted, right? Current position, number of field of record found, total number of records, and you have the unsorted, the states of sorting. So here we have the same thing. We have a new thing that the get active record number. So that will return this one. I'm in 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I have 8 total, 8 found. And if I said 4 out of 5 found, and I have 8 total. I make this better because I think this is not clear enough. I have 4 out of 5 found, and I have 8 total. make more sense than this. And of course, it's unsorted, because if I do this, now it's sorted. So how? So here, let me show. I have the account active record number. I have the found count, how many, the total record count. That means this is the found count on the found set. This is the number of all the record in the table. And I have a field here that I'm using for the sort state. So also an unsort calculation. And I'm using my favorite shoes. So how the shoes work. This here, return this. It will return 1, right? When it's sorted, right? And then he said 0 for unsorted. So now to get the semi-sorted, I don't remember, semi-sorted, because you can have semi-sorted. No, I don't remember how to do it. We need to use the relationship for that. So you have another state 2, that's named semi-sorted. Okay. So this is why I have this. So this will return 0, 1, and 2. You have a lot of function in FileMaker that returns 0, 1, 2. A lot, like the get device. Get device. We return 0, 1, etc. Right? So, but the get sorted state will return 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. The choose function return this. Do a test. Can be whatever you want. That returns 0, 1, and 2. So let me show you how choose works. I demonstrate that many times, but I want to show you. Let's say this returns 0, right? And here I'm saying this is 0. This is 1. And this is 2. So I have 0 here. I put 1, it said this is 1. I put 2, it said this is 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can have a list. Right? So you can transform numbers into text. Right? So I'm using that technique a lot. I'm using choose a lot. I'm using this especially for a complex status. When you have a complex status, right? You want to have a calc that, for example, or tomorrow or whatever, unpaid, paid, or when you have a complex status, you ask your states to return 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Then you use choose to return whatever the status will be with the explanation, right? And the advantage is, because you have a status based on number, you can make the numbers speaking whatever you want. You understand? And it's better to count on numbers, because you can sort your status much better. Because let's say you say complete, it's 0. 1 is active, right? So C, complete, start with C. Active, it start with A. Inactive, it start with I. Let's say you want, if you sort by status name, it will say AI, it will say ACI. It will say active, completed, inactive. When you want completed, active, inactive. So how you do that? With numbers? Well, 0, 1, 2, 3. and you get choose to tell you whatever you understand. So choose is very cool. So that being said, so this the store state, and I'm saying unsort, sort, and sort, and so and so. So here I'm saying I know, right, whatever I want. And here, yeah, I'm using a trick here. I'm just using a regular FileMaker Pi, you know, that's it. And the pi goes, like a chart, right? So the calc is this. I have the list of the total record number and the get found count, so I know the percentage in this is going. And I have a little design here. I have a here that on top like this, right? And I have a button on top of this. So very simple. So what the button do? Click here, show omitted, boom. So he do exactly what this do, right? And you see, it follows, see? So this is how I rebuild this, and it's cool. So now you can, because I want to, I don't want that. That is, always throw that away, So that being said, questions is now.
Oh, whoops, sorry. Did I accidentally mute myself again? Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
This is very cool, but a bit complicated. It all makes sense while watching the live stream, but it's not easy to remember all the different parts.
About what? About what?
Can you list the flow of data through the sort? Something like button title to G sort key list to field name to multiple number field to subsummary layout part. Hopefully I'm close enough to make my question clear. I can't remember where the global variables came in.
Yeah, okay, so here you get the list of the list of the fields name. I want accounts, I want type and status. Here you have the contents of what the field name returns. So you have relational consulting, inactive, household, right? And this here get the first record, the first value of this list, the second value of this list, the third value of this list, etc. It's not that complicated. When you get here, I always do this. This is, you need to copy this, you need to copy this, and you need to copy this, and you have your sort, and one is missing here. This. So when you copy this and you paste on your table, that's it. Okay. Yeah, I understand, but it's not that complicated. It's you have free field to to put there. This was a test, so we can just ignore it. And this was a test where before I came to this, I was trying with a repeating field, but it doesn't work. So it's and I made everything fast and super simple to duplicate this. You duplicate and you change the name of the field, and that's it. Boom, you have an eighth one. Right. This is not complicated, neither, because it's self-building. It will return the field, the type of the field automatically, and put, everything is automatic. You don't need to know how that works. You don't need to know how that works. Copy paste and copy paste the script and copy paste the field, and that's it. And you just, and that's the beauty of this. And you just rename in this. You rename, which field you want, So I made a demonstration many times. Let's say, because we have some time, I can do it. Let's say I have a new field here. I want the date. I want the date created, for example. I want the date created. Okay. Here, I want date created. I'm putting my date created here. So I'm going to make that smaller and put the date created here. Okay. Dates created. Okay. I'm a date created. I'm happy. Okay. Date created. Okay, 20, but they're all 12. Yeah, we can change this in 22, change it in 23, 21, make it 20. Okay, so see, so we have credit. Okay. So I have this field now, and I want to sort on this, right? So you go there, right? Duplicate this, because replacing one is easy, but I want to show you how you add one, right? You put the name of the field here. So I show you the mirror field. You can do that. And then you say, okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buttons. So this is the fifth button. Pop over sort list key 5. And then you say, you have a conditional formatting, and you say, yeah, okay, you change to the number 5, right? When you click here, you go there and you say, I want the number 5. You hide this button here to get access to the button below. You hide this. You click here and you say, yeah, that's cool, but I want to hide and show this 5. And now, date created, applied. Boom. It's sorted. Okay, I have to fix this, but it's sorted. 22, 21, 14, 20. So, but the date created, so I need a script here. I need a different script for the demonstration, because I need to fix this. But you understand what's going on here. So let's go to the detail here. So let's put this here, the dates. Date created. Okay. So let's sort this. Oh, I don't have the button now. Okay, but you understand what's going on here. And so I try to understand why is the date created the dates? It should be, yeah, it's a date created. Why didn't sort it really? Should have sorted by dates. So that's a good test for me. If that the dates here, yeah, I put the date here. So, but I think, oh, that's why. Okay. You always need to be first. The date, number, and 22, 24. I don't know. Ooh, what happened here? 2014, 2022. That's weird. That's super weird. Even here is doing this. See? Even when you sort directly by the date created, is doing this. 14, 20, 21, 21, 22, 22, 23. Oh, that's good. Yeah. So why mine is not doing it? 22, 23. I need to investigate this. But it's not normal because, oh, yeah. Okay. This 22, 23. No, it's just the same. Yeah. I don't know. 14. Yeah, it's there. Oh, that's the summary because, yeah, I'm not pointing to the right field. Yeah, I understand. So this, yeah. So for the date here, yeah, I knew I will be screwed with this. So let me, yeah. So I need more time to explain why it's doing this on the sub summary, right? Unfortunately, I was stuck with this. So I need to, so that's here. That works, Yeah, it's because the date here, this needs to be a date field, right? So it's, anyway, so forget about it, but it works. So just if you don't have this complexity here, you can click this and apply, and you have the date created fields. And automatically, so that one, let me copy this button here, because that's the beauty. You can copy the button from here. So let's show that. You can copy the button from here, go back to the layout here, right? Paste it. Okay. Paste it. Okay. And here automatically it will sort 22, 21, 14. Why is it doing this? Huh. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, that the demo that failed, that's always, we love when that happened because it happened to the best, but I have no idea what's going on here. Oh, because the script is still the same. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't planning to do a demo like this. So yeah, so it needs to be, sorry, I need to remove those because those are making everything special, right? So now it's okay. 14, 20, 20. So the sub summary, I will have an extension. I will have an extension for the sub summary here to explain how this works. But it's cool. I mean, okay. It's not an obligation. You can go, you can go and go back and build something like this and rebuild it all the time. You can go back and build something like this. You have BIM and do it, or and always click here, click here, click here. Okay, so you understand what I mean? Okay, so with the and you have to take care of all the eventualities, right? So when you have what's the name? When you have a layout where you have all the possibility that you can manage and you can change the order and you can so that makes everything simpler. Just you have to understand how the building works. How you build all those fields here, right? The sort fields, right? But then they're not very complicated to build, and you don't need to understand what's going on because you copy them and you use them. Because I made the things sure that you don't have to, you can go, and implement this in another table. For example, I can demonstrate to you. I copy this. No, this one I don't need. Copy this. So all the sorts, copy this. Sorts. Yeah, this one I don't need. Sort. Okay, I copy this, right? And I'm creating a new table. So something that wasn't there before. So new table, deleting everything here. And I'm putting like first name, no, text. First name, last name, status, type, or whatever, CD, something like this, okay? And I'm pasting this, right? So nothing broken, new table, new everything, right? So doing there, I'm going to the layout where normally they're doing a new here, I'm going there, new table layout. So I have a new layout, right? Right? With all my fields here, right? So let's reorganize those. I have my sub-summary field keys here. And I have my sort states and everything. This is for the sorts, right? This is for the sorts, right? And this is all what I need, okay, for my data, right? Right? So let's say I have a new record and I say Santa Clara, name, March. Okay, so I have this. I have a new record and I said Fairfield, okay, and I say Richard, okay, Carlton, okay, and I said city Bogota, name Nick, Hunter, not so bad. Okay. So, and I have my list key here. So let's make this a little bit bigger. So the directional only. So I have the list key here, right? So let's make this bigger. I have my multiple sort keys here. I have the text, the sort states, that the number, that the dates, you know. So let me put that here, that date, number, text. Okay, so let's see if it works. So I said, let's say I have a button. So yeah. So let's put the button, for example, here. So I'm going there. I'm copying this, and this. Okay. And I'm pasting here. So far, what I've done, copy paste, right? And I change this, and I want this to be first name. Oh. Okay. First name. Then I want this to be last name. Okay. Doesn't matter if it's, but it looks better. And I want the city, and I want the status, though it's already there. And this one I don't need, I remove it. Boom. Do you think it works? Let's see. So let's put this not in the middle that I can see. So far I did copy paste. It took me 3 minutes to implement all of this. Okay. Click first, last, CD, status, apply. You know, and it doesn't work. Cool. Yes, I know. Yes, because I need to, but normally it should have said no, it should have, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I need to point to the list, you know. So I have to do this, you know. I need to re-put this. So this is, but this is not, it's not a big deal, you know. You need to go there and it's the script step. It's a parameter, you know. Just you need to do this and copy paste, you know, on all the buttons, you know. I forgot about this. So that's the only thing. But so far, I just did copy pasting. I didn't, you know, rebuild anything. Everything was ready. So and everything else would work, you know. So maybe I need to you know, yeah, I need to go there. The same here, you know, paste here and paste here. So yeah, so that's normal. You need to flow this, but it's not, you know, it's very, very simple. It's not a big deal. And I bet I need to do the same. That's the same field, right? And I bet I need to do the same here. So you have those buttons here, and you need to go there and you know, to do this and to change this one too, which is the, you know, you need to change the, you know, remap the field here, right? Which is not a big deal. And copy there. But everything else will work. So hopefully, click here. I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. So I have this Nick Hunter Bogota, not so bad. See? And I apply, boom, and my sort will work. I'm sorted. You know? So it's not that complicated, right? So you have a very advanced technique here. Just you copy paste the fields, copy paste the button, you remap a one field, and that's it. That's all what you need to do. Okay, so if you don't have any questions.
We have one last one. This is kind of an off-topic one.
Yes.
Nick, I have a problem with hiding because of the French language in your popover sort by first and last name. When I click pronom first name and last name nom also shown. I think it's because of the string nom and the prenom. If you understand the question, do you have?
I understand. Yeah, so yeah, because you have yeah, because okay, I explained to the people. Okay, in French we have prénom, okay, and nom. Okay. but you have this part of this, right? So it's if I look for this, right, and I say, so where in here, so where do you have a problem here?
It is in. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna.
Yeah, so it's when you hide. Yeah, because you have a, we have the same problem if you say, what's the name? First name, last name, and we have the same problem, right? But I think this is, because in English we can say family name, first name, or surname. We have surname, so here, yeah, because you have the pattern count. So let me explain the problem here. So if you say pattern count and you have this, and in this, let's say you look for non in this, it will say, why says 0? Oh, because each time I'm doing the same mistake. Okay, say 1 because you have it, right? You have this, right? So you have this. If you look for this, in this it will say yes, right? Because you have this part here, right? So yeah. Yeah, in English we have this facility to say first name, last name, right? First name, last name. So we don't have the problem, but you can use the same. I would suggest you do this because this will cut it. You understand? Because now you don't have this. So if you understand, so with this you fix it, like we do here, last name, first name, right? We have both name, but we have something here. We don't have just name. If I put names just like this, here I have the same problem. But I'm saying last name, first name, so it won't, you know what I mean? So you say nom de famille, et prénom. Prénom, nom de famille. It won't shock anybody and fix the problem. Yeah. But I understand, because I'm thinking about, I understand this is an advanced technique, right? It's not like, it's when you have advanced technique for complex situation, right? So you don't use that if you don't need it. Sometimes I don't need that. I'm not using this, but the sort I'm using sort implementing the sorts like I'm doing when I have projects, accounts, contacts, staff, users. When I want flexibility, I'm implementing something like this because copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, right? And you have a full feature in no time. Imagine that you have to create a script for each buttons and stuff like that, right? You understand? And you need to implement the script. Here I have one script. Here I have one unique script, source script, and that's it for the entire, solution. So, per table, right? So one script that does all, and I can change on the fly. I can add a button or change it. It's the same script. So that the advantage is to limit. Otherwise, you have sort by this, sort by that, sort by this, sort by that. The sorting is it's like it's complicated, right? So it's difficult. So if you don't have any other question, I will. So if you have suggestions that you want me to cover, right? You can send to support at rcconsulting.com, right? Support at rcconsulting.com. You can send your suggestion. For example, Michel Gravel from Quebec sent me a suggestion about doing a session about multi-language files, which I have an extensive experience because obviously I always did that since we're years, right? And I have a, you know, I have a technique that covers many problems. By the way, especially one problem about the value list, right? Value list and stuff like that. I think we are going to make 2 weeks on this, not only one, because otherwise I won't have. We need to talk about that much.
Okay.
I think we can extend to another week.
Okay.
Because I'm going to explain many things and I want to take my time. Here, for example, see, I should have added an extra day to explain this, right? And I did. I don't. That's why it was a little bit chaotic. But I hope you understand that, and you can explore yourself and go further. But contact me if you need a problem. If you have a problem implementing this, you can.
Yeah, please do. And then we can forward it on to Nick, or Nick will get it himself. Okay. Yes. With that being said, thank you very much, Nick. We greatly appreciate it.
So next week, what's on our plate next week?
Calendars.
Calendars, yeah. So I need to work this weekend.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir!